everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm really excited about this video. I jumped on a call with Louis, who I did some training with last year. Just to give you a bit of background, Louis had never ever done recruitment before. He'd done a sales job, he'd had his own business, he'd been a PT, but he'd never ever done recruitment. And after a month's worth of training with me, he is absolutely flying. He hasn't even been in his job a year and he is one of the top billers in his company. I'm so proud of him. So I thought, let's get him on. It would be great for you guys to hear about his story, how he works, what he does, because if he can inspire me, I'm sure he can inspire you as well to be successful. And any of you guys that are thinking of getting into recruitment, this is going to be a really valuable video for you to watch. I'm going to split it into 3 parts because both of us are talkers and we were probably chatting for about an hour. I'm just editing the video now. So have a watch. This is part 1, but definitely come back in a fortnight for part 2 and let me know what you think.
Just remind me, how long have you been in recruitment for now? Was it September last
Yeah,
year that you started?
yeah. So on the tools, probably just over 4.5 months, I think. And then the training was 6 weeks. So it was the end of September. So yeah, six months. Time
Yeah,
flies.
that's gone really quickly.
Yeah. It's strange though, because I have been very busy. The time has gone very quickly, but at the same time, I feel like I've been doing this for quite a long time as well. It's an odd,
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
yeah, because
I was
I've
going to ask
learned
you that
so
actually.
much.
Do you still feel like a newbie, or do you feel like, no, I'm a recruitment consultant now?
Yeah, I feel like it's yeah, part of me now. I certainly, with the strides that I've made in the last sort of 4 months, and because so much has happened, and I've had like very good sort of training from yourself, but also really good training within the business that I'm at now. I've been very lucky that I've had that sort of hands-on one-to-one time with my manager actually. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I've had a lot of development and the time has been very full.
Mm,
So yeah, I do feel like a recruiter now,
good,
believe it or not. Yeah.
good. You mentioned then you've obviously had really good support and development
Mm,
joining the agency, and I suppose you're really lucky you're in an agency that are very flexible. You work from home, supportive. A lot of people watch these videos that haven't yet gone into recruitment, so they're interviewing. They're trying to pick like, where do I work? What? Because I know you looked at more than one agency. What attracted you, or what did you look out for? Because it might help other people make that right decision in going with the right agency.
yeah, totally. I mean, so I spoke to several companies. I think I spoke to 5, 6 different companies, and remote work was a really important thing for me. Obviously, I live in a part of the world where I don't have a lot of easy access to bigger companies. So I wanted to stay where I live. And also I'm a little bit more mature, I would say, in terms of age than sort of a
Really?
new, probably not in terms of my personality, but definitely in terms of where I'm at in life. I lived in a different country for 7 years and then sort of moved home. And my last job before this was a remote working role as well. So I felt like I sort of, yeah, I've built the discipline to be able to work remotely and from home. So that was a really big thing for me, to have a little bit more freedom and flexibility in the way that I do work.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's really important that, when you think about recruitment, there's so many different niches and avenues you can go down within recruitment. I already made my mind up that I wanted to work within tech.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you're going to be talking for sometimes an hour on the phone to somebody about a lot of this stuff. And if you haven't got any interest or any liking to talking about a lot of this stuff, I think, a lot of it would become quite mundane and difficult to get through. So I like technology. It was an area where a lot of my friends, I would say 50% of my friends, I've got quite a large friendship group, are recruitment consultants. And after speaking to them, a lot of them were saying that technology is probably a more secure avenue to go down. So that was another thing that was a prerequisite of mine before choosing any company. And just so happens that the company that I sort of chose, because I did have a few options on the table, they were very niche in what they do. Now I've got a background in fitness, so I was a personal trainer for about 10 years, I think, altogether. I took this from my last role that you can be a personal trainer, but a personal trainer in what? You know, you could be just a general sort of trainer helping people lose a little bit of weight and things like that. But I found the most successful people in that industry had a niche. They would pick up more specific clients and have more retainable business if they had a niche. So I kind of transferred that over to recruitment, and I wanted to find a niche, and the company that I work for are very nichey. We work in the
Yeah.
Microsoft cloud space. So it's not just tech, it's not just cloud, it's Microsoft cloud that we do. That's how specific that we are.
And you're all certified as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we're all certified, so we've had that development as well. So yeah, there was some specifics that I wanted. I needed it to be very niche. It needed to be remote working. It needed to be fairly flexible, and it needed to accommodate for somebody that is entering a different stage in their life. You know,
It's good because you obviously gave the time to think about what do I need, what's going to be right for me,
yeah,
and picked based on that over. I just want a recruitment job. I'm just going to take
that's
the
it.
highest salary or the biggest
And
bonus or whatever it was on actually what's right for my lifestyle for me.
definitely. And I think that comes with life experience as well, that the older you get, the more you kind of know yourself and you know what you want. I think if I was 21, fresh out of uni, I would have took whatever. I wouldn't have been inspired by life as I have now, 10 years on. And you kind of don't have those. I think you have qualities when you were a bit younger that you kind of never lose. But in terms of what you actually want in life, for me, that didn't happen till when I hit 30, so that helped as well. I say that would have been the difference between me and somebody that was a little bit younger and starting off. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. So just for clarity for anyone watching, Louis, you're only doing candidate work still? You're a 180 consultant, or are you now
Yeah,
you're doing just candidate still?
I've started to do some. Yeah, so I deal directly with hiring managers now.
But you're not doing any business development.
Yeah, I'm doing some MPD. So I'm specking in. I'm going when I'm finding candidates. I'll look into their company and I'll put them into a group on LinkedIn, and we will message out to try and get new business in. But in terms of onboarding from the client side, like selling our services, I'm not doing that yet.
Okay.
I would
No,
say that 90% of the work that I'm doing is still very candidate driven, but I'm also have direct access with hiring managers and booking them in and
yeah.
negotiating and things like that. So
So you've got that account management experience now as well, kind of
yeah,
yeah.
and I would say, I've definitely done that way ahead of time. That would have been the plan for maybe a year down the line, but I've done it fairly quickly. But again, I've had experience working with quite senior stakeholders and senior people in previous lines of work, so I've got that experience anyway.
Yeah.
But it did take a little while to build that trust up with my current company for them to put me in front of people. They didn't just do it straight away. It took a couple of months to sort of, see what my communication is like and things like that.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
the more, yeah, the more that they could see that, the more freedom I've been given, really. So yeah.
Okay. So the title of this video is kind of a how to be successful in your first year of recruitment.
Mm.
So what do you think has well, first of all, actually it might be interesting for people to know. So how much have you built in the last 6 months?
So my first quarter wasn't a full quarter. I only did 2 months of the quarter because we had some training with yourself to start. So
Yeah.
I billed 20 grand within my first 2 months. My target was 10, so I've got 200% of my target. And then with my first full quarter, so I'm in Q1 now, It's almost the end of March and I'm at target. So my target was 30k. So I've hit 30k. And then for Q2, I did 2 deals this week. So I'm at 17k for Q2 already. So
67. Have I added that up right?
Yeah, 67 in
Yeah,
in 4 months on the tools.
which is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
Really good.
I will say that I've been very fortunate with my manager. So I work in a small team of 2 people. There's me and there's a chap called Nick who I report to. So he's one of the directors of the business, and he's incredibly,
He's amazing.
yeah, like the amount of time he's given me. I've just been very fortunate. And I think if you're working in a larger business, it's more like bums on seats, get your head down, pick up the phone. But I've had that one-on-one time. That was really
He's a
important.
very good recruiter himself, isn't he? So
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. He was our top biller this year. So I'm getting that exposure to him every day when I'm doing important calls. So for instance, if there's a sticky situation around money with candidates, he's literally typing as I'm speaking, say this, do this. It's like just easing that process.
yeah, and I think that's a good point for anyone listening as well. Is we talked about how to pick the right agency. Look at the people that are going to be managing you, because that's had such an effect, isn't it, on you?
Yeah.
Your enjoyment of the job, your development. To have somebody who's not only an amazing recruiter themselves, that is a talented manager. You can be an amazing recruiter, but a shit manager.
100%.
But he is a brilliant. He leads by example, doesn't he? And he's very supportive.
Definitely. And going back to again, I'm not sure how much you want me to sort of break a lot of this up, but obviously Nick and myself, we're both very consistent with what we're doing, and I would say that has led to not only Nick's success but my success under Nick in the first 4 months on the tools. Really, is that we show up every day at the same time. We have a quick brief of what we're going to be doing for the day. We fill up our calendar of jobs to get on with, and we just crack on with it. And I know that's like a fairly sort of cliche, simple thing, but I think in this role, you're going to get a lot of times where it doesn't come off. And believe me, there's been several times where I thought I've had something in the bag and it didn't come off. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. But if you're consistent and you do the same small little jobs every day, I think you will be successful. To a certain extent, there are certain things that I think you can't teach in this role.
So that is part 1 of my chat with Louis. I'm sure you all enjoyed it. So like I said at the start, come back in a fortnight. Part 2 will be released so you can catch up with the rest of the conversation. There'll be 3 parts in total. Definitely connect with Louis. I've put the link to his LinkedIn profile down in the caption box so you can connect with him and have a look at him and his background. Really interested to hear what you think of this video. Leave your comments. And if any of you are new to recruitment and you need a chat, you want some help with anything, connect with me on LinkedIn and we can organise a chat, because anyone that's new to recruitment, I want to help you guys. I'm so passionate about it. But thank you for watching today. Also, remember to subscribe and put on your notifications, because then you will get told about all my other videos. I've got something really exciting coming to my channel in the next couple of weeks, so keep your eyes peeled. But I will see you soon. Bye.